tuning in to TTV. I'm your host, Toya, and today is Tuesday. And on Tuesdays, I usually do some kind of alternative medicine. Most of the time, or majority of the time, 99% of the time, I'm presenting some kind of herb. And you guys know I love to present herbs that you probably already have in your cabinet, and this one is no different. Now, the herb we're going to talk about today is turmeric, and it's been gaining popularity lately over the past, few years. And I think part of that is because a lot of people are starting to look for home remedies or natural remedies to ailments that they have and issues that they have instead of just turning to pills all the time. And turmeric is one of the ones that they go to a lot. Like a lot of people are starting to incorporate it in their daily consumptions. Okay, so there's two forms that you can get. This is the actual turmeric and what it looks like. Okay, so you see all the lines in it and where the sprouts are. It looks kind of like a worm, and it's orange. Here, I'll crack it open too. See, it's orange on the inside, kind of like a carrot. The other one is the powder version. Okay, now the powder version is the one I typically cook with. You can make a tea out of it, but it's going to be a little grainy, and you'll have the residue of the actual herb at the bottom. Because just because it's in the powder does not mean it's going to dissolve. It's not like a sugar crystal or something like that. It is a herb, so it's just like a normal tea. It's just in a very fine version or fine form of it, so it's not going to dissolve. But by seeping it in the water, you will extract all the goodness out of the turmeric itself, even in the powder form. Okay, and if you want to use the real version, the actual turmeric root, to make a tea out of it, you would cut it up, boil it for 10-15 minutes. Not a hard boil, a soft boil, so like on a medium heat, for about 10-15 minutes, and then that will extract the goodness out of it. Let it cool, and then you can add other stuff to it like honey or lemon juice or whatever you want to add to it. But as far as what it's good for, let's get into that. So turmeric has a number of properties, a number of things that is really good for. One of the most popular ones is that it's really good for arthritis. So a lot of people who suffer from arthritis in their hands, rheumatoid, wherever it may be on your body, they like to use turmeric because it acts as an anti-inflammatory for that and will actually help to soothe the aches and the pain that comes from, the arthritis. And with that being said, it also helps with two other things that I actually didn't know. So I learned this in trying to present this with you guys. Is that it helps with irritable bowel syndrome, and it also helps with your menstruation, for women in their menstruation. So with your cramping and stuff. So those are two ways it helps with inflammation, in addition to things like arthritis. So anytime you have inflammation in the body, turmeric will go in and it will help to soothe it and calm it down. Something else I didn't know that it was good for was it will help to lower your bad cholesterol, the LDL cholesterol. It actually helps to lower it. And with cholesterol, the problem is you end up with all these platelets in your blood, and it starts to clog your arteries. And so it actually helps to clear all of that out. And because it helps with the actual lining, the artery lining of your veins, it's actually good for your heart health as well, because that helps with, circulation. And, your veins are all part of your heart, the whole heart circulatory system of your heart. So that's how it actually contributes to helping with heart disease, is that it works with your veins, okay, the lining in your veins. Something else that it is good for, yes, I have notes because there are other things that it's good for. It's a lot, y'all. See, it's a long list, okay? So it's a lot that it's good for. Something else I learned was depression. People who suffer from depression can actually benefit from drinking a cup of turmeric tea. It's supposed to help you come out of that and help with your mental health and how you feel. So it's probably because I remember reading somewhere it interacts with serotonin, which I believe is that one that makes you feel good, or calms you or something like that. Don't quote me on that one. As typical, I have links below. One is to WebMD, one is to Healthline. Y'all know I love those two to present this information to you guys. So outside of my own natural remedy books that I have, I go to those websites because it's a good starting base for you guys to do your own research in whatever herb I present to you. And I like WebMD because typically if there is a side effect or a drug interaction, WebMD is going to mention that. So I have the link below for both of those so you can check it out and get some more information on turmeric. Let's see, what else? I want to make sure I got everything for you. Yeah, something else it does. See, when I use turmeric, I'm only using it for inflammation, okay? I use it for inflammation and I use it for the digestion because I know it works really well, and I use it with ginger, okay? So that's all I really knew about turmeric. But in researching this to present this stuff to you guys, I learned more. So another fun fact about turmeric is it can actually help with regulating your sugar levels. So if you're diabetic, a nice cup of turmeric tea will help. Now, I'm not going to lie to you guys. Turmeric does have a very strong, very precise taste to it. I know that's my way of just being polite and just saying it doesn't taste that great. However, if you mix it with lemon and honey and even with ginger, it actually tastes really good. So you can make a tea out of it that way, or you can do ginger. You can do shots, like immune system shots, which I'm actually going to do a video on it on Sunday, so you can see it on Sunday. But with the turmeric, you can actually do a shot with it and just take it all in one. And that one tastes pretty good as well because I use honey in mine. But again, you'll see that on Sunday because I'll shoot that on Sunday so you guys can see. But turmeric has so many good properties and so many values to it. It's just good overall for your health, especially like I said, if you have inflammation like me. I have issues with my back. When I had my second son, they tried to give me an epidural, and the doctor stuck me like 6 or 7 times. All of this while I'm being prepped for a C-section. Okay, so I got people stripping me, scrubbing me, contractions happen, and he trying to poke me in my back. And so what ended up happening is I have a lot of damaged tissue in my lower back. Now, for the most part, it's okay. As long as I stick to like a vegan style diet, I can really control the inflammation and it doesn't really bother me, doesn't hurt. But let me get some dairy, which is why I'm a little congested right now because I had pizza. But let me get some dairy, and it takes me a couple of days to get that out of my system and then let the mucus and stuff drain out. And turmeric is one of those that I use for it. Okay? So once it gets out of my system, then the inflammation starts to go down. But in the meantime, turmeric. Okay? Now, a couple of things you need to know about turmeric. One, in order to have turmeric really work well for you, you need to activate it. And the way you activate it is by using black pepper or cayenne pepper. It needs a pepper, white pepper. As long as you have a pepper with it, and you don't have to have a lot. Literally, you can just have sprinkles, okay? You just need some pepper in there to activate the turmeric so it can work, okay? Another thing you would need to know is it will dye your hands. So if you're using fresh turmeric, you will end up with your fingers and your hands dyed. So you may want to use gloves if you're going to use it. And you can chop it up, shred it, grate it, whatever you want to do, or however you want to use it to put in your cooking, to make a tea out of, whatever. If you can't get the fresh turmeric, you can do the same thing with the powder. I actually use the powder in almost everything I cook. So if I make a soup, or if I'm cooking meat for somebody, or anything, I use pretty much. I want to say probably about 85-90% of the food I cook, I put turmeric in it. And even for my dogs, I put this in their food. Because I have a 16-year-old dog who is just old and has arthritis. And so I put it in there to help him with his inflammation. And then my older dog, she has, she's a big dog. So big dogs usually have joint issues. And so to kind of help that and prevent that, she's only 3 years old. So I put turmeric in her food. And I've been doing that since day one. So turmeric is even safe for your animals. Again, you do need to put some kind of pepper with it. And if you're going to give it to your pets, the pepper I would recommend that you add to it is cayenne pepper, because that's good for them as well. And you can check out the video for that I did on cayenne pepper, because that's like one of my favorite herbs. I love it. But I just want to, some people do make face masks out of turmeric. I don't know if I would do that because, like I said, it will dye your skin. So if you're concerned with your skin having that jaundice look to it from being dyed with a little bit of yellow with it, you may want to avoid using it as far as, a facial mask. But there's some out there. Check them out while you're out here on YouTube. Look into it and see. You may want to try it. And if you do, go for it. Me, myself, I'm not doing that because, like I said, I don't want my skin being tinted. But some people have used it and they say it works really well. I know there are soaps that have turmeric in it which work really well. I've used those before. That doesn't dye your skin. But that's pretty much it for turmeric. So it's a wonderful herb. I hope you add it to your food if you haven't already. If you do have it already, you've been adding it, now you know what it's good for. And maybe you use a little more of it. As far as that goes, that's pretty much it. I think I hit everything. Oh, no, I didn't. I missed one. How could I miss this one? This is a big one. So I was looking on WebMD, and they actually said that there were studies done where consuming turmeric actually helped to reduce the size and the growth of cancer tumors. Okay, so it help you fight cancer, y'all. Can't like it. They said it will help to decrease the growth of cancer tumors, and that is huge. So another reason to add turmeric to your body, to your daily habits, to incorporate it into your body. Because again, if it's going to reduce it, what would it do to something that doesn't exist? It's going to happen. Keep preventing it. It makes sense. All right, but that is it. That's all I have for you guys today. Please like, subscribe, and share. And if you got anything out of this content, please share with someone else, because if you got something out of it, chances are they will as well. I love you guys, and I will talk to you tomorrow.